So I was just looking in my studio, my YouTube studio, and I see these questions everybody is asking. And I want to answer, well, I'm gonna create a series answering these specific questions, but this question right here, I want to break it down so you can understand what to do next. What's up, family? I'm back with another one. Hey, if you're new to the channel, hey, welcome to the family. So in today's class, I'm going to be discussing closed accounts, what you should do, how to remove it, when to remove it. I'm breaking the whole entire process down, step by step by step. So sit back, relax, grab a pen, get some paper, get something to drink, because I got you. So first things first, if you have closed accounts, right? Accounts are closed on your credit report. Should you be actually trying to remove it? Based on what you have going on, there is a strategy and what you should be focusing on to get the account removed if it needs to be removed. Now, if your accounts are closed and they're in good status, you pay them on time, never missed a payment, right? Everything is good with that specific account. You shouldn't focus on trying to remove that specific account off your report. It's in good status. If a lender or somebody looks at your credit report and sees that, oh, this person pays on time, they took care of this, closed out, hey, you're good, right? But if you have, let's just say, accounts that are in negative status, multiple missed payments, people don't have the information, and that's okay. They try to remove late payments on a closed account. Don't do that. Don't worry about that. Focus on removing the entire account off the report. So whether you have a collection, a charge off, a repossession, eviction on your credit report, don't focus on the payment history. Let's focus on removing the entire account. Now, the reason you can remove the entire account off your report is based on this right here, all right? This book. Now, you don't have to buy this book, but I'm gonna break it down for you so you can understand your rights, all right? Now, I'm not a lawyer, so I'm just here to show you your rights. So I want you to do the research, but I'm gonna help you do the research so you can understand why it's even possible to remove the closed account off your report without you waiting 7 long years for it to come off, all right? And I got you. And it's based off of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. The Fair Credit Reporting Act is in place because Experian, TransUnion, Equifax will do whatever they want to do, but this is in place to help you. Do they abide by it all the time? You already know. So how can we get the account removed off the report, all right? Now, there are many laws that are in place, 15 USC 1681, right? That is the specific code of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, right? But within the Fair Credit Reporting Act, all right, let's get into the information, right? Within this is gonna help you. Now, there are multiple laws you can leverage, but the one that gives you the ability to dispute the account and whether we already know the account belongs to you. We're not disputing that information. But the one that gives you the ability to dispute the account is based off of this law right here, 15 USC 1681 EB. Compliance and procedures, all right? Compliance and procedures. Now, if we go to the specific law, all right? Now, I was in the military and we do everything by structure. We do everything by the book, right? So step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, everything is laid out. We have manuals, we have references to actually look at to actually do our specific job. All right. But according to this, accuracy of report, whenever a consumer reporting agency prepares a consumer report, it shall follow reasonable procedures to ensure maximum possible accuracy. It didn't say minimum possible accuracy, it said maximum. And the information concerning the individual about whom the report relates. 15 USC 1681 EB, right? You can look up the law, right? But two words, shall and maximum, right? Based on these 2 words, this Fair Credit Reporting Act is giving Experian and anybody else a direct order. The direct order is whenever a consumer reporting agency prepares a consumer report, it shall. Must mean it must. There's nothing else. It shall, right? Follow reasonable procedures now to assure maximum, right, possible accuracy of the information concerning the individual by whom the report relates. What is maximum possible accuracy? So your credit report, right? And most people don't even know this report exists, but your report has a lot of details within the specific account. So we have a Capital One account. Now, just because you dispute the accuracy of the account doesn't mean it's going to automatically fall off your report. But it gives you leverage. It gives you the ability to do certain things. And when you do certain things and create certain letters, and Experian, TransUnion, Equifax don't do what they're supposed to do according to shall, then it stacks up, which would then, if you wanted to sue them, you can sue them. But you can craft multiple letters. You can do different things to eventually get the account off your report, whether you owe the money or not. So the details matter. All this information matters, right? The open date matters. The balance matters. Date of last activity, date of last payment, the history of this account, this matters as well. Everything matters on this. And this what is supposed to be accurate on TransUnion, on Experian, and on Equifax. All this information is supposed to be correct. And 9 times out of 10 is usually not correct. Now, that gives you the ability to dispute the actual account to get it removed off your report. You will create a letter to Experian, to TransUnion, to Equifax. You'll add 3 forms of identification. You'll send a letter certified. And guess what? When you dispute all those accounts, some of those accounts are going to fall off. Some of those accounts are going to come back verified. And when they come back verified, it's game over. You got them because there's another specific law. According to 15 USC 1681 I-5, I'm going to go put it down so you can read it for yourself, but I'm going to go ahead and read it for you. Treatment of inaccurate or unverifiable information, right? After any reinvestigation under paragraph 1 of any information disputed by a consumer, an item of the information is found to be inaccurate or incomplete or cannot be verified, the consumer reporting agency shall. Now, there are multiple keywords in this thing, and we can break down the context. We can break it down. When you create a letter and you disputed it based off the accuracy that, hey, the open date, data last active, all this is inaccurate, delete, like you create a letter and it comes back verified and they didn't do this, violation. So let's read it again. After any reinvestigation under paragraph 1, and if we go read paragraph 1 under 15 USC 1681, I'm gonna read it for you. Subject to subsection F, and except as provided in subsection G, the completeness of accuracy of any item of information contained in the consumer's file at a consumer reporting agency is disputed by the consumer, which is yourself, and the consumer notifies the agency directly or indirectly through a reseller of such dispute, the agency shall, another word, must, free of charge, conduct a reasonable reinvestigation to determine whether the disputed information is inaccurate and record the current status, right, of the disputed information or delete the item from the file in accordance with paragraph 5 before the end of the 30-day period beginning on the date which the agency receives the notice of the dispute from the consumer or reseller, right? So this is where the 30 days come, right? So when they receive the letter, they have 30 days to conduct an investigation. Now we can go back to I-5, right? We just read that, right? Shall promptly delete the item of information from the file of the consumer or modify that information as appropriate based on the results of the reinvestigation and promptly notify the furnisher that the information has been modified or deleted from the file of the consumer. So that is the requirements of Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, right? So the requirements under 15 USC 1681 I-5 is after or during the reinvestigation, right, period, they're supposed to either modify the account or remove the account. And when you compare your reports from last month to this month, did they modify the information? Did they update? Did they fix it? Because it's their right to be able to fix it. Did they fix the balance? Did they fix the open date? Did they fix the date of last activity? Did they fix the payment history? Did they fix anything that is inaccurate? If they didn't, violation. If they did it, violation. They broke the law, right? How you're going to be able to remove the account off your report. And there are other things you can do that they're going to continue violating and continue doing certain things. This is how you're going to be able to get the closed account removed from your report, all right, without you waiting 7 years for it to fall off by itself. You leverage the laws, you leverage the information on your report. If you want to get access to your report, link is going to be in your description. You can get a $1 trial for that. But if you need more guidance, you need more help, I do have a community. You can check that out as well. But use the laws, use the information on the report, and get the account removed off your credit report.